Here are the 7 most expensive aircraft in the U.S. military. Much has been said about the F-35 Lightning II program's high cost in terms of both time and money ever since it began to experience cost overruns, which is a nice way of saying it was losing cash. The F-35, however, is far from being the most expensive military system ever developed by the Pentagon. The F-35 is simply the first Pentagon weapons program to receive the kind of scrutiny a public with access to the internet can. It might be a good idea to look back and examine the most expensive airframes ever built by the U.S. Air Force as the B-21 Raider bomber enters production soon. For comparison, even though the F-35's development cost over $1.5 trillion, the price per aircraft is a comparatively pitiful $115 million. Here is an updated list of the most expensive military aircraft produced in the United States in 2022. The presidential aircraft, often known as Air Force One, is the only exception to this rule. They would have occupied spot 2 on this list and cost $600 million each. But as they are a specialized item with only 2 models in use, I decided to make way for others. Number 7. F-35 Lightning II. Cost $122 million. The F-35 Lightning II program was one of the most expensive production plans in the history of aviation, having total costs of $345 billion. This fighter plane excels in aerial dogfights thanks to its stealth features, high-quality weapons, and speed. One of the earliest jet fighters to be capable of vertical takeoff techniques, the aircraft is another noteworthy feature. A single-engine, single-seat, all-weather stealth fighter, the F-35 Lightning II. It is capable of both ground attack and air superiority operations. The Joint Strike Fighter (JSF) program's design prize went to the X-35, on which the F-35 is based. Several aerospace companies, including Lockheed Martin, BAE Systems, Pratt & Whitney, and Northrop Grumman, are involved in the production of the aircraft. The U.S. intends to purchase 2,663 of these aircraft to reinforce its Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps. The F-35 is intended to remain in service until 2070, with deliveries to the U.S. military planned to begin in 2037. Number 6. E-2D Advanced Hawkeye. $232 million. The Advanced Hawkeye is an upgrade over the E-2C Hawkeye and is outfitted with the best radar and communications technology. The reconnaissance aircraft in this variant is not yet in use. It is a Tactical Airborne Early Warning (AEW) aircraft with carrier capability. The E-2 has earned the moniker Super FUD for its distinctive turboprop engine sound, which distinguishes it from turbofan and turbojet engines, and because it replaced the E-1 Tracer, also known as the Willy Flood, and the Hummer. The militaries of Taiwan, Singapore, Mexico, Japan, Israel, France, and Egypt all use E-2s in addition to the U.S. Number 5. VA-71 Kestrel. $241 million. The U.S. President's helicopter fleet was intended to be replaced by the Kestrel aircraft. President Barack Obama, however, had different ideas and halted manufacturing, ordering that the money instead be used to repair his fleet of older helicopters. He gave this order because the Kestrel's production costs had risen to absurd levels and exceeded the White House's spending limit. AgustaWestland, Bell Helicopter, and Lockheed Martin Systems Integration (OEGO, LMSI) worked together to create the Kestrel. Lockheed blamed the production schedule's engineering problems, cost overruns, and delays on the U.S. government's unexpected and new demands for alterations. After receiving 9 VA-71s, the U.S. Navy canceled the contract in 2009. For $164 million, Canada purchased these helicopters, using them as a source for spare parts for its fleet AgustaWestland CH-100 and 49 Cormorant helicopters. Number 4. P-8A Poseidon. Cost $290 million. The U.S. Navy's P-8A Poseidon aircraft is an upgraded 700 and 37-800 ERX model. The commercial aircraft was transformed into a military vessel and armed with anti-ship missiles, depth charges, and torpedoes. Due to its ability to rain death from above, the plane has a unique edge over enemy submarines in maritime battles. The Poseidon is equipped to carry out electronic support tasks such as self-protective early warning, shipping interdiction, anti-surface warfare, and anti-submarine warfare. The aircraft can also deploy and monitor sonobuoys. Along with the U.S. Navy, the Indian Navy, and the Air Forces of Australia, the UK, and Norway also use the P-8. Number 3. C-17 A Globemaster III, $328 million. Due to its ability to transport personnel, weapons, and vehicles around the world, the Globemaster III is one of the best military transport aircraft in the world. The aircraft has the capacity to transport 102 fully outfitted combat fighters and drop them behind enemy lines. It can also drop other vehicles, like Humvees and tanks. Therefore, this aircraft gives the U.S. military a significant tactical edge in battles involving ground forces. In the 1980s and early 1990s, McDonnell Douglas developed the Globemaster III transport plane. Following its 1997 merger with McDonnell Douglas, Boeing kept up its output. In addition to the U.S., the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Kuwait, India, NATO, Canada, Australia, and the UK all have armed forces that operate this aircraft. In 2015, the Long Beach, California facility produced its last C-17. Number 2. F-22 Raptor, $350 million. The Raptor, one of the best fighters in the world, was developed to compete with Russia's highly developed Su Flanker and Mi Fulcrum aircraft. To counter the threat posed by Russia during the Cold War, its manufacture was started in the 1980s. After the threat subsided, production was stopped, and the U.S. military now has a total of 187 Raptors. For the U.S. Air Force, the fifth-generation Raptor is stealth, all-weather, twin-engine, single-seat aircraft. It is primarily utilized as an air superiority fighter and boasts capabilities for ground attack, electronic warfare, and signal intelligence. Lockheed Martin constructed the aircraft's airframe and weapon systems, while Boeing provided the training systems, avionics integration, aft fuselage, and wings. The Raptor is a great performer in aerial warfare thanks to its situational awareness, aerodynamic performance, and stealth skills. The manufacture of the F-22 was halted due to problems with the improved F-35, an export prohibition, a lack of missions as a result of delays in the fighter programs of China and Russia, and prohibitive costs. Number 1. B-2 Spirit, $737 million. The B-2 Spirit stealth jet tops our list of the 7 most expensive military planes built in the United States. The fighter jet has the appearance of an extraterrestrial spacecraft and is equipped with the ability to escape radar, visual, electromagnetic, and infrared signals in order to penetrate enemy territory undetected and deliver bombs precisely on predetermined targets. It was initially designed to carry nuclear bombs, but later modifications allowed it to also carry other kinds of missiles. 21 B-2 Spirit aircraft were delivered to the U.S. military at a total cost of $45 billion. The expensive purchase is justified because the aircraft is a special and lethal fighter that has become a great asset to the U.S. Air Force because of its big payload capacity, aerodynamic efficiency, stealth technology, and superior avionic radar systems. Engineering, development, and testing costs added up to $2.1 billion for each B-2 Spirit aircraft in 1997. The U.S. Air Force intends to utilize the remaining 20 units until 2032, after one of the 21 was lost in a mishap in 2008. The B-2 was originally employed to dump conventional munitions during the Kosovo War in 1999, and it was afterwards deployed in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Libya. What do you think about these 7 aircraft? Let us know in the comment box. With this, we conclude our video. We appreciate you helping us keep it going by watching. The best way to support our channel is to watch another episode. Thank you for tuning in. To ensure that you never miss an episode, please subscribe to the channel.